I will rise again. The rain, flood, and wind. Sean Johnson and the White Lotus Band. I've been down and I stand up, ere I will rise again. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. How many of you today had incredible synchronicity going on? How many of you felt that you were in the flow? You were in the rhythm of life. You were in the vortex. You were right where you needed to be at any given moment with the people who were showing up in your field, in your moment, in your aura. Leave a post, leave a comment. My day started off and continued with synchronicity after synchronicity all the way up until tonight, and there'll be more happening behind the scenes. So my day started off at Sunrise Beach service. Some of you caught the beach church service this morning at sunrise with the golden sun rising, rising, and rising. And now we're listening to Sean Johnson singing, I Will Rise Again. Then I came home, got to rest up, take a bath, do some breath work, take care of myself, preparing for an interview for Jonathan Otto's upcoming series, Health Secrets. This is like the third interview they've done on me. And so he had his staff give me a call. We did the interview. It was lovely. At the end of the interview, I said, well, I just released a new book. And she says, tell me all about it. So she kept the recording going. I told her about the inescapable book, a little overview of why this book is what it is and why it came to us to help humanity at this time. And she says, I'll include that. What's the link? How do people find the book? How do people find you? And she's going to put all that in the description of the final production of the video. So I was really grateful for that. So, continuing with the synchronistic day I had, then it was time to get out of the house because I felt like I'd been in the house way too long. And I had this thing about not staying in the house a little bit longer than need be because I live 7 minutes from the ocean, if you follow. So, ends up happening, I go out shopping. I stopped at a venue which I know could be used for a kirtan. And I've been working on putting together a kirtan group here on Kauai. And I'll tell you how this worked. Yesterday, I had a talk with the massage therapist that I've been trading with. And she says, I said, we're going to just start a kirtan group. I'd love to have a kirtan group. And it might be at my place or it might be at another venue. And so she mentions Bo's place. And Bo's place is Kukui Center, whatever he calls it. And so I stopped by there, but they were having some kind of meditation group at the time, and ended up at a health food store. And here comes a friend coming out of the store. Great to connect. We give a hug, a kiss on the cheek, or whatever it was, and went in and out of that store. And then I ended up at the other store, the papaya store. Well, sitting there on the table, there's several tables where you can eat and pull up chairs, is Molly, the astrologer friend. She just did a mantra class at Bo's place where I just came from. And so we started talking about my desire to put together a kirtan group. Working on the name. It might be called Shanti Kirtan. It might be called Everybody's Kirtan. And maybe some other names. Just stick around. It's going to land in. And so I'm talking to Molly about the kirtan. I said, I just spoke with Janice about doing a kirtan. Well, I kid you not, within 1 minute, here comes Janice from across the parking lot onto the sidewalk and comes to us, and we turn to her and go, Janice, we were just talking about you, and here you are. And she smiles and says, well, that's how it works. I said, that was so wonderful. So more hugs. Molly hug, Janice hug, Brother Sage hug. We do the hug thing. And so Janice disappears. So we start talking some more about the kirtan. Next thing I know it, Molly's asking me, well, what kind of chants would you chant? I said, Om Gom Ganapataye Namaha Jai Ganesha. And here comes this gal named Kyave. She comes walking down the sidewalk, turns into our conversation, shows the Ganesha pennant that's around her neck, and says, tell me more about the kirtan. Come to find out, I said, we're looking for musicians so we can have a band for the kirtan. She says, I play violin, didgeridoo, and djembe. I'm going, what's your phone number? I'm going to be in touch with you. That happened while in Papayas. And then at the very end, two more things synchronistically happened. I just left Safeway to put my stuff in the car, and behind me as a woman gets out of a Mercedes convertible. So I pick up a conversation with her. How did that feel to drive that thing with the top down? You're on the island. And one thing led to another. We had a little conversation. She turns to look at the sign on the back window of my car that says Noka Oi, foot massage and reflexology, which Noka Oi is Hawaiian. That means the best. She says, you do reflexology? I said, yeah, I've been doing it for 48 years. I'm still really involved with it. I just came back from Maui. I'm looking for a reflexologist. I said, well, this is how it works. Here's my schedule. What day would work for you? We put her down on the appointment book for Friday, coming up. And then the very last synchronistic moment happened. I'm coming back from the hike, and here comes Kyle on his motorcycle, taking his dog for a run. And we're having a get together and reconnect. He's been listening to my book, The Inescapable Book. And that feels really good to hear somebody say they're enjoying the book. He's up to chapter 7, so he's, following through. Well, somebody pulls into the street right behind my house. He says, that's Chris. Do you know who Chris is? He is like the best of the best of the best drummer on this island. There is nothing he can't drum on and drum, and he's been in and out of different bands, and he lives down there. I said, can you get me in touch with him? Because we're looking for some drummers of some connection to musicians, since he's been in bands, so we can put together a kirtan group. He said, yeah, I'll send you his phone number. All that happened today. And there's other things that are happening, which I don't want to go into right now, but I'm very excited, and thank you so much. I hope you guys had synchronistic days. You were in the flow today. It felt magical. It was like you were underneath grace. Grace had bestowed its grace on you. And so may you be filled with grace tomorrow, and blessings that you can stand, and miracles that you're willing to hold, and the love and the hugs. I think I got 8 hugs today. I'll have to double check. Janice, Molly twice. And the new Kiabe. And then some other. So yeah, there was about 8 hugs. It was a good day. All right, guys, that's it for now. This is the late Sat song. I don't normally do Sat songs this late. But thank you for stopping by. Look, one person's on the call. Good to see you today. Was just sharing the synchronistic, incredible intersections that happen throughout this day, starting with the morning at Sunrise Beach, and then ending up at the end of the day. You'll have to play the video back. I'm not going to start this over again. Thanks, guys. I love you, each and every one of you. You're a blessing. You are beautiful. You are bountiful. You are innocent and sacred and pure. And remind yourself that, in case you didn't get enough of that growing up like I didn't. And if you want to hear it, you can always reach out to me or play back any number of videos that I've been producing since social media came into the scene, and producing Your Worth It shows and Conversations That Matter show. We're going to have one on Monday, a Conversation That Matters show with Samuel Cohen and Kelly Raw from UK. They're the authors of Drinking Through the Nose book on urine therapy, and they just had a new book out, and we're going to discuss that book and everything that's in it. Let's see if I can find out the chapters. We're going to talk about the subjects in his upcoming. Okay, so the book is The Holistic Path to Spiritual Enlightenment. You can find it. Go to Samuel Cohen, and he's got it available. Or just type in The Holistic Path to Spiritual Enlightenment on Google and see if he's got it already on Amazon. And the chapters that we're going to be discussing now, This may or may not be, we put the link out publicly. I'm waiting for the graphics designer to get back to me and to Samuel. So his chapters include breathing techniques, lucid dreaming, astral traveling, sahaja yoga meditation, Taoism and love making, drinking through the nose, urine therapy, physical yoga and training, and food and conscious eating. Seems a lot of us are touching on that, right? Having a food path that liberates you from food slavery. Having a spiritual path that liberates you from the behaviors and the patterns and the things you've been doing yourself that weren't spiritually uplifting to your heart and your soul. So that's it for now. I'm going to go into meditation. I got a friend who may or may not call me back in the next 30 minutes. We'll see how long I want to stay awake. All right, guys. Love you. Aloha. Hang loose.